welcome to Pilot Watch. I'm excited about this because for somebody who's worked in TV film for over 30 years, I've watched a lot of series. I don't have a lot of holes in at least, the last 20 years. But I've also watched a lot of pilots. So I look forward to rewatching them with you and then discussing kind of where they were at then and how they played today in the year 2025. Our first episode, we're going to delve into The Brady Bunch. Now, The Brady Bunch is an iconic show, obviously about a husband and a wife that get together, get married. She brings 3 daughters from her previous marriage, and he brings 3 boys from his previous marriage. I've had some younger people who watch Modern Family, and I basically tell them Modern Family, in a way, is Brady Bunch 2.0. This was September 26, 1969, and what a lot of people don't realize is that the Brady Bunch was never successful on its original run. It just never found a big audience on ABC, but what it did find was syndication. And the 117 episodes, 50 plus years later, are still being seen. And in fact, that's how I got to know the Brady Bunch. Probably started watching age 7, and it was one of those after-school shows. And there was just something about the Brady Bunch and watching the Brady kids. I remember many episodes. I don't really remember the pilot. Reading it, it says Mike, a widower with 3 sons, marries a widow with 3 daughters. The result of the merger is a conglomerate family. Sorry, couldn't read. So basically, what I do remember about the pilot is there was something happened with a dog and a cat, but I remember there never being a dog or a cat in the series itself. And it just goes to show you, especially pilots back then, when you're filming them before you really went into production for the actual series, things can change. Also, I always remember Oliver. I liked Oliver. A lot of people felt the Brady Bunch jumped the shark when Oliver came. He was, I think, their cousin, and I think they introduced him that first episode. You just believed that he was bad luck and bad things happened, and it showed the power of thought, because Oliver felt that way, and shortly after, the Brady kids felt the same way too. So this episode is called The Honeymoon. So we go back to 1969, and it's crazy to think about. That year, in the fall, you're trying to introduce a sitcom, single camera, The Brady Bunch. And a couple months ago, during the summer, July 16th, 1969, the rocket-carrying Apollo 11 launches from Cape Kennedy, and Neil Armstrong becomes the first person to walk on the moon. Also that summer, the first U.S. troops are withdrawn from Vietnam. Other crazy things are going on with the Zodiac Killer. You have the crazy thing, and it's been a motion picture, and Senator Edward Kennedy has been dead for a number of years, but remember, it was that summer 1969 where he drove off the bridge on Chappaquiddick Island, killing his young female passenger. You had the Woodstock Music and Art Fair, which was held in upstate New York, and lo and behold, our neighbor to the north, Canada, I don't think they're the 51st state yet, are they? Legalizes contraception and abortion. How controversial was that back then? So here we go. In color. How exciting.
Here's the story of a lovely lady who was
Oh, wow. A lot of pilots, you don't see the actual opening credits until episode 2.
all of them had hair of gold.
This is pretty inventive, especially for 1969, and how they are all in their box, but they're looking at each other. That was one of my favorites. I mean, this is obviously one of the more popular theme song opens that was stuck in my head as a kid. I could probably even sing most of it still today. God, look how young they are. It only lasted 5 seasons. But you know, 5 seasons at that age. 117 episodes. Then you got, of course, Alice and B. Davis. And this is a Sherwood Shorts. Same guy who did Gilligan's Island and a number of other series.
We have to have plenty of nourishment and energy, and that's why it's important to have a good breakfast.
Why is the T-bill so low?
What makes you think I'm nervous?
It's the first time I ever saw you take 21 spoons of sugar.
I mean, Greg looks so young. The schlocky jokes. I'm trying to think how many times on Sitcom I've seen somebody
Brady is cool, calm, and collected.
do the sugar deal.
Brides are supposed to be beautiful, and I look awful.
Okay, so the future Mrs. Brady's nervous too. You know what I did not remember was that Alice actually had a longer relationship with Mr. Brady and the boys.
I'm sure we're all going to be very happy.
Marcia looks so young too. The crazy thing is Sherwood Schwartz interviewed and auditioned 464 kids to find the 6 Brady kids.
To tell the truth, I've got a few butterflies in my stomach.
Somebody looks like they're getting some cold feet. Younger generation's gotta think this looks really dated.
You're lucky if you only have butterflies. I've got 6 flying saucers in mine.
That's an architect for you. Always planning ahead.
We've worked in the architect bit. Okay, so that was the A block. I like that house. Actually driven by the actual Brady house, the one that they'll move into. It's in Sherman Oaks, I believe.
There you go. Where's your mother's picture, Bobby?
I put it away.
Because of Carol?
I thought maybe she might not like it when she moves in.
See, and that's the
Are
other
you
thing I
sure?
didn't remember, that they're
I'm
both
positive.
widowers.
I don't want you to forget your mother.
The networks
Sorry,
didn't want
fellas.
them to be divorced
stays
because
home. Now,
that
this
would
is just for the
complicate
family.
things
Alice
with
is gonna be there.
Alice is a member of the family.
the exes, the former spouses.
He's our brother.
Shared custody and all that stuff, where today Modern Family thrives on it. I don't remember Tiger being in the series. I'm a dog lover, by the way.
The wedding's going to be lovely.
Well, wait till you and Mike get the bill, dear.
See, and I never remember the grandparents. I don't think you see them again after the pilot.
Hey, you look pretty. Well, you sound a little disappointed.
I thought you were going to be a telegram.
Wow.
You brought Tiger? He'll frighten Fluffy to death.
Fluffy, I forgot about the cat.
Oh,
wait, Mike, we'll
poor
keep Fluffy up
Cindy.
And put the top up and open the window a bit.
Poor Tiger. Yeah, make sure you open the window. Come on. We don't need a tragedy on the wedding day.
So you decided to show up after all.
Henry.
The thing I always remember about the series is the backyard with the synthetic fake turf is their yard, and then the teeter-totter and the swing set, which even felt small when I was a kid.
Don't they look cute together?
Oh, Bobby. I mean, I think the pilot, everything looks good. Just I kind of forgot how cheesy the dialogue is.
To have and to hold.
Florence Henderson looks good. And I guess back then, you know, second wedding, you don't do anything close to white, because...
Do you part?
I do.
Oh, wow.
Do you, Michael Paul, take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife?
That actor who's playing the minister, I believe he is,
Honor and obey.
he was in Little House on the Prairie.
Till death do you part. Well, aren't you going to kiss the bride?
Bet I am.
Uh-oh.
Told you, boys, to put that dog
Fluffy,
back in the car.
does she approve or not? Oh, no. Tiger knows how to roll down the window, and Tiger is gonna... I've never seen a cat with a doghouse. They had him.
Tiger! Sit! Not you, sir.
So cheesy.
Why, it's all right. Everything's going to be all right.
Comes the ice. Oh, and he's gonna spill it down the front of her dress. Oh, everything's ruined. Well, now we're gonna get to the food. Oh, we gotta get to the cake. The cake's gotta get ruined. There we go. Wow, what a... Now he's gonna fall over and oh! Oh no, it just turned out to be so great.
A nice, quiet wedding.
Oh, everybody handled it all right. Even the crowd turned. Here's the Brady house.
Boy, show Mrs.
No, that's
Manners
the
to room
lobby.
12, please. I do hope you
The
folks enjoy
hotel,
your
the
stay.
honeymoon.
You have the honeymoon suite.
Oh,
I am Mr. Pringle. And if
this guy's kind of creepy.
Here's to a great.
I wonder if it's actual champagne or it's a sparkling wine or a cava.
It makes me dizzy.
One sip and you're dizzy?
I need a commercial jam. But Mama yelled at us anyway.
I shouldn't have scolded them at the wedding.
I shouldn't have yelled at the boys.
Oh no, we're gonna cut to them. Yeah, no. That's the one Brady Bunch trick, especially in this pilot. They keep
When boys don't eat cake, there's gotta be a reason.
doing the
Let's have it.
juxtaposition cut to.
Dad shouldn't have yelled at us. We were only trying to help.
Yeah.
We were gonna get blamed for everything.
By the way, this would be the only episode that the kids would refer to their non-biological parent by their first name. Now that I can enjoy their candlelight dinner.
And the service is great.
It's just too damn quiet.
I told you boys to put that dog back in the car.
Let's go.
Like this?
It's an emergency.
Mr. Brady, don't worry, Mr. Pringle, we'll be back.
They're gonna go apologize to the kids. So are the girls and the boys in the same house? Alice is watching both?
Mommy!
You'll frighten Grandma and Grandpa.
No,
What's going
Grandma are
on?
watching. Okay, they're at the girls' house.
Oh boy, I've never been on a honeymoon.
This is a G-rated honeymoon. Now they gotta go to Mike's house to get the boys. Oh, Bobby.
Bobby.
Pork chops and applesauce. I just remember the episode where Peter was trying to get a personality, and I think he was imitating Humphrey Bogart. Pork chops and applesauce.
I'd love to go on a honeymoon. What should I take?
A girl, dummy.
Greg's too grown up.
What are you doing up at this hour?
Well, I figured you'd be back. I packed the boys' clothes last night.
Oh, Alice, she knows it all. She's not a know-it-all. She knows all.
If there's one thing that's better than a honeymoon for two, it's a honeymoon for 8.
Oh, no.
Tiger.
You can't bring a cat in here and a dog.
That makes 12.
The Dirty Dozen.
I figured someone ought to look after the kids.
Hey, good thinking.
Get her a room next door across the hallway. Here we go, all over again. Part 2. I think the front desk guy overacted just a little bit.
One way to handle it.
Hot times.
1, 2, 3.
Good night, Mr. Pringle.
Look, even Tiger's marching right. Cindy needs work in her form. Bobby just can't march. Okay, so I don't know if make sure I watch the credits. I don't know if I'm a little jaded. I guess I think it was during the pandemic, I went back and watched a couple episodes of Gilligan's Island, and I mean, I love that show after school, but it's just one of those as you gotten older. It's like great for the nostalgia factor, but it's, I don't think I found one moment actually funny. I mean, it was kind of, there's some eye rolling little deal. I mean, it was a neat seeing like everyone. I mean, if I rate the premise on a 1 to 10, especially for 1969, I would probably give it a 7.3. The filming, the execution, the acting, that was all fine. I'd probably give it another 7 even. But the overall, aging today, what would I rate the pilot on a 1 to 10? Probably a 5.2. The funny thing is we talked about it didn't really do well in the original run on ABC. It did well in syndication, and because of the success of the syndication, I think they ended up making like 5 TV movies. And then, you know, they had the satirical, theatrical movie. What year did it come out? They had two. The Brady Bunch movie, which did well, followed by a very Brady sequel. And here's my little tie to the Brady Bunch. During my first year in LA, it was around my first year in LA, I ended up going to Studio City one day a week with a couple guys I worked with for the network that I moved out to Los Angeles for. And we would bowl. And we went to this restaurant, Sparks. And I pulled up, and I was always paranoid because the car that I drove out to LA in was a 1989 Buick Century. It was 10 years old, but I bought it from an old lady, a friend of my grandma's, who just basically drove it to the grocery store and the doctor, so it had like 5,000 miles on it. But it was kind of an old people's car. So I'm in LA, old people's car, before I bought my first car a couple years later. And then I'm out there and I pull into Valley Park, and behind me pulls in Ben Stiller and his wife, Christine Taylor, who played Marcia in the movie. And that, I think the second movie had just come out. So she was really well known back then for being Marcia Brady. Marcia. So that was kind of funny. And adding to it a little bit, 6 Feet Under was big, The Sopranos on HBO. And our bowling team, they were like a teal and black bowling shirt, and it said Fisher and Sons, which was the name of the funeral home on the HBO series 6 Feet Under, and it had a hearse on the back. Yeah, we were pretty cool. And then we had the ball sacks that you would warm up the ball with that you saw in The Big Lebowski. So good times. Well, Brady Bunch for episode 1. I think for episode 2, we're going to go with a prestige show. Enjoy. So kind of move it around, but I'm glad we got to watch it. I don't think I've seen that pilot episode since at least 79, when I was like maybe 8 years old. So it's what a pilot watch is about. We got the nostalgia factor and got to enjoy watching the Brady Bunch. Until next time, thank you for watching.